Welcome back now to Biden's spending spree. There are only 9 days left on the legislative calendar for lawmakers to raise the debt ceiling and vote on the budget and infrastructure bills. This is one of the key factors weighing on markets this morning. As you know, we have a decline of 650 points right now on the Dow Industrials. Senator Joe Manchin now suggesting putting a pause on the talks on the $3.5 trillion spending package until 2022. Joining me right now is Tennessee Senator and Armed Services and Judiciary Committee member Marsha Blackburn. Senator, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here.
Good to see you.
Do you believe that they are going to put, your colleagues will, Nancy Pelosi will try to put the debt ceiling decision along with the infrastructure vote to ensure that your colleagues vote yes to raise the debt ceiling?
Maria, I think they're going to put everything into this one bill and then just try to do the heavy roll and push it all over the finish line. Now, the good thing is they do not have the votes they need in the Senate to do this. And whether it is putting the infrastructure bill, of course, trying to put additional spending, and now the parliamentarian has told them they cannot do the immigration reform that they wanted to do. I think you're going to see them try to put it all in there in the House, and then when it gets to the Senate, you're going to see them push back on that, which means we end up with a CR.
So the continuing resolution is what most people expected. What do you think about that larger, well, really $5.5 trillion package? Because we know that there are gimmicks in there in terms of when programs end. It's really much more expensive than the $3.5 trillion. But we're hearing from Axios this morning, which is reporting that Joe Manchin says, let's put a pin in this until 2022. Can you confirm that? Is that what he's saying?
I have not spoken with him, so I can't say if that is what he is or is not saying. What I do know is this: they continue to try to elevate the spending and exercise more government control. And Bernie's package, and this is Bernie Sanders' budget. A lot of my Democrat friends who voted for Joe Manchin say, I didn't vote for Bernie Sanders, and they don't like this because it is so much more than the federal government generally spends. And you're overheating the economy, and you're forcing this money out. And the federal government is supplanting the private sector, whether it has to do with education or child care or assistance programs. It is an expansive growth, and it runs our debt up over $45 trillion by the time we get to 2030.
Yep, and I know that the debt story is really what's moving markets this morning. The fact that investors are wondering if, in fact, U.S. banks are going to be on the hook for the Evergrande fallout in China. China's second largest property developer can't pay its bills. Do you expect that we will see the debt ceiling raised within the next week or two?
Well, as you can imagine, I'm a no vote on every single bit of this, and a no vote on the debt ceiling. The Democrats have pushed so much additional spending this year, $1.9 trillion for their additional COVID relief when there was already $1 trillion in the pipeline, $1.2 trillion in infrastructure, which was not about roads, bridges, railways, runways, and broadband. And now the $3.5 trillion, which is actually $5.5 trillion. It is as if they think they can continue to do this, to raise taxes, to let inflation run crazy, and they're just going to turn around to people and say, you got to pay for it. And that's not the way this works. And thank goodness the people are standing up. They're being the people, and they're saying, you're out of control, Democrats. Get a handle on yourselves.
Well, I think that I want to say thank goodness for you and for your colleagues who are standing the line on this. This is a great point that you're making. Let me switch gears and ask you about Facebook, because Facebook has responded to the blockbuster reporting from the Wall Street Journal last week on the impact on young users of Instagram. The social media giant says that the allegations are mischaracterizing, yet they provide no evidence of what they are. Senator, you met with Facebook, the whistleblower, on Friday. Can you tell us what you learned from the whistleblower, which, of course, was one of the ways that the Wall Street Journal was able to report so much of this?
The whistleblower had an interesting take that there is a lack of governance at Facebook that Facebook seems to follow. And the whistleblower has great inside information. It seems like Mark Zuckerberg is surrounded by yes men. And if you don't follow the company line and support him and say yes, then you're out. We also learned, and this is so significant, Maria, as you and I have talked repeatedly about China, that in China, that WhatsApp and Messenger are embedding malware and following and tracking Uyghurs. And of course, the genocide that the Chinese Communist Party is carrying out against the Uyghurs, the fact that the Uyghurs are being used for slave labor and forced to manufacture these products for Apple, NBA licensed product, Nike, other companies there in Xinjiang in that province. But embedding that malware and targeting these Uyghurs so that they can follow them. This is the type destructive nature that is being used. Also, not taking down some of these Mexican drug cartels and sex trafficking rings, human trafficking cartels that are broadcasting through Central America and through 150 countries around the world where we've had those illegally enter the southern border, and not taking them down. So, and I think one of the things, too, the Facebook we see in the U.S. is a more sanitized version than what Facebook is in other countries. And the bulk of Facebook's usage is these other countries. But, Maria, they have an obligation when it is illicit, nefarious activity to block that. And they are choosing not to block that.
So this is incredible what you learned, Senator. Thanks for doing all of this legwork. Yes. You're saying that they knew. So the Facebook leadership is aware that the CCP is following and tracking the Uyghurs through Facebook. And the management knows that. And they're still allowing it.
It is my understanding that they are aware that their applications are being used for these purposes, and they are not blocking it. They are aware. They have studies that show that their applications, Instagram, is harmful to teens. But what are they doing? They are chasing eyeballs and chasing dollar bills. And because of that, they continue with their marketing efforts.
That's pretty extraordinary. So whatever it takes to just stay in power and stay successful is what they're doing, despite all of this, like the drug traffickers as well. That's pretty extraordinary, Senator. Thanks very much for that, and we will continue following this incredible story. Senator Marsha Blackburn joining us this morning.